Hey guys, welcome back to the garage with the Africa Twin 1100. Today we're gonna take care of the flimsy OEM handguards. We're gonna replace it with a set of Barkbusters. I got the white one and black because it matches the bike. And let's see if there is anything unexpected going on when you install the Barkbusters for Honda onto an Africa Twin. But enough with the chit chat. Let's get on it. Why am I putting Barkbusters on the bike when the OEM handguards do just fine when it comes to the weather, protecting your hands from rocks and chips, and if I go through some brushes, protecting my hands from the whiplash of those little branches. I was doing a video and shooting some pictures of the bike, and obviously to make it look good, I propped the bike up quite a bit. Gust of wind, and before you know, this bike slowly started tipping over and falling on the right hand side onto concrete. Promptly, to save themselves, the OEM handguard did this. The lever for the front brake was exposed, it broke off, the mirror got barely scraped, and thank God for the Heats crash bars because they just got a few scrapes here and there, but they held like champs. It's amazing that those things do this. They save themselves, but at the same time, now you lose a lever. It shouldn't happen, so I decided to get the Barkbusters with that nice and tough aluminum backbone. Let's finish removing those handguards and let's put the new one on. This one is an 8 Allen key, simple enough. Let's undo this. Next thing we gotta remove is this plastic piece over here. Two 10 millimeters, one up top, one on the bottom, and undo it. Easy as that. Yep. All right, so plastic goes away and this one goes back in there. If you take a minute to look at the parts that come with the kit, you'll realize that there are some parts that are for DTC only. We're not gonna worry about that on this installation because my bike is not DTC. So the first thing to do is to get the thread adapter and put it on the bike. This is the time where if you're gonna use thread lock, that's it. The instruction called for 21 Newton meters of torque to be applied to this, but because I add thread lock, I don't worry about it too much. It's time to install the backbone, the spacer, and the M8 bolt. The way this one goes, it's the spacer first, obviously. Spacer, backbone, this in. Next step is to put the handlebar clamp. The clamps are symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which one you grab. The thing that is not symmetrical is the next attachment point to the clamps. You need to get the one that it's pointy away from the bike. I don't know how else, but yeah, you'll figure it out because the other one, it just does not fit properly. Once you have those two, you gotta add this one, if I believe is the M6 bolt. One thing to note on it is that you insert it top down, and there is no need to add thread lock because this one is a self-locking nut. So put it in and then don't tie it just yet because you need to be moving it to adjust it to the bar itself. So I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna thread it first to the bar and then play the other way around. Grab the other screw with the dome head and put it on from the front. Everything is 5 millimeters, by the way. There it goes. As I said, a lot of fiddling. And then I'm gonna clamp those. I'm gonna adjust it the way I want it, and I'm gonna torque everything up. All right, it's time to do the right hand side, critical side, because of the throttle. We do not want to impede free movement of the throttle. Same thing, you have a backbone, you have a spacer and the bolt. The only addition is a washer. The kit provides you with 2 of those washers, and in my case 1 should be enough because this one barely touches. If I add a millimeter, it should be fine. You might need 2, 1, maybe none, depends on how far your throttle tube comes out. So just like before, we're gonna put it together. It's gonna be the bolt into the backbone, then the big black spacer, which is quite hefty, and then the washer in there, and on we go. It's hard to see, but if you press the black spacer against the throttle tube, I have about a millimeter worth of spacing, so the throttle tube still moves and it's free. On this side as well, it's 5 millimeters all around. I'm gonna add the elbow piece. All right, I'm gonna leave it nice and loose. Then I'm gonna grab my clamp and I'm gonna put it on the handlebar. Simple enough. If it wasn't for one thing, it's that the brake line is hard over here, so I can't move it out of the way to put the bolt through. Wiggle. Yep, wiggle my way through. Let's adjust. Wow, that is a tight tolerance right there. Right here. All right, at this point, the vanity part of the installation, the guards, or the wind cover, or whatever you want to call those things. I chose the VPN. This is the right side, and those screw directly into the aluminum. There is no thread on it. You're going to create the thread with the screws, which means you got to push really hard on it, or harder than if they were already threaded. So it's important to have the right size screwdriver. If the screwdriver is too big or too small, you're gonna strip those things as you're screwing them in. Those are not my first Barkbuster, that's why I know that usually gives you resistance. There you go. Moving on to the other side. I meant VPS, not VPN. All right, one more time, check the clearance. Perfect. Ta-da! That's it. The Barkbusters are in, and what a great addition. They look fantastic. They absolutely look fantastic. I didn't think they would look better than the OEM, but they absolutely do, and they're way stronger. So I'm really, really happy. They're costly because they are costly, but oh man, worth every penny. I love the way they look. I love the way they look on the bike. Tens all around. The installation took took me with the cameras and everything about 2 hours. So without cameras and all, you guys should be able to do this in 1 hour, going really slow, taking your time. When it comes to the OEM hardware, none of the hardware actually goes back on the bike. None of the old hardware goes back on the bike. So if you're one of those that chucked it right at the get-going, well, good for you. For the rest of you, pack it up, save it up, just give it to the next owner if you get rid of the bike eventually in the future. For everything I used in this video, check the description down below for links. Thank you very much to my patrons. You guys are the best and you are a big help towards what I do. Parts are expensive. And for everybody else, dai a tutti, and I'll see you next time.